People would ask us why we did such an early endorsement. Well, you know what? It's a pretty easy deal. Stacey Abrams has been a friend of the labor movement since we met her. Stacey Abrams cares about workers. Stacey Abrams cares about the things that we care about. She cares about good jobs. She cares about quality education. She cares about expanding health care for every Georgian. She cares about issues that are particular to our unions, misclassification, project labor agreements. Stacey Abrams understands what working people go through every single day. And she has earned our support. And that is why we're going to help make her the next governor of this great state, the state of Georgia. Stacey Abrams.
Thank you so much. It is my honor to be here standing shoulder to shoulder with our statewide candidates, with our congressional candidates, with our Senate and our House candidates, with everyone up and down the ballot, because we need to get to know each other since we're going to be running the state together in 2019. Now, yesterday I was in Macon speaking to the Georgia Chamber of Commerce, and at the end they asked me if I wanted, it's okay, look, we can't have jobs without businesses. But at the end of my statement, they wanted to know if there's anything I wanted to add. And I made it a point to say that I was proudest of the fact that, yes, they've given me an A rating, but I got the Friend of Labor Award from the AFL-CIO. And the reality is we know that we can't be the #1 state to do business if we are not the #1 place to work and live and grow and prosper. And that's the kind of Georgia we're going to create. We're going to create that kind of Georgia from the top to the bottom of the ticket, with Sarah Riggs Amico as our Lieutenant Governor, leading the Senate, working with Steve Henson and the new senators that we get elected there. And then we're going to do it with our House candidates, up and down the ballot, making sure across the state that we've got the strongest members of the House, and eventually that we have a new Speaker of the House, working with our folks like Bob Trammell and Carolyn Hughley to get things done in the House. But we also know that we have to have a labor commissioner who believes in our labor workers. That's who we have to have. And that's why Richard Keefe is going to get across the finish line. And we know we have to have a school superintendent that knows that it's the wrong thing to do to divert $100 million a year from public education to private schools, and Oka Thornton's going to turn that around. We know we have to have a Secretary of State who believes in the right of every Georgian to vote. And that's why John Barrow is going to be the next Secretary of State. And we're going to have an Attorney General who knows that his job is to sue Donald Trump every time he steps out of line, and it's going to be Charlie Bailey that gets that done. In working with our House and Senate, we are going to pass Medicaid expansion, and Denise Law is going to make sure that costs go down, services go up, and everyone is taken care of in the state of Georgia. And as, unfortunately, Washington, D.C. tries to start a trade war with everyone they've ever met, we're going to have Fred Swan speaking truth to power and saying tariffs are taxing, and we've got to stop taxing our farmers in the state of Georgia. That's what we're going to get done. We're going to stand with our insurance commissioner, with our labor commissioner, with our school superintendent, with our Secretary of State and our AG, with our public service commissioners, Don Randolph and Lindy Miller. And we're going to make sure that we don't pay too much for energy, but that IBEW has the work they need in renewable energy across the state. And along the way, we're going to take some congressional seats back and start to build the blue wall in D.C. But we're here tonight because we know we can't do it alone. We're here tonight because we know it's going to take every person in this room and every county in this state to get us to victory. That to educate our children from cradle to career, so that it doesn't matter your zip code or your nationality or your needs, that we're going to stand with all of our children to build a thriving and diverse economy in all 159 counties. To have a dedicated leader who believes in every single Georgian, not just the ones who look like him or sound like him, but to have a leader who sees all of Georgia and says that discrimination will never be legalized again in the state of Georgia. We've got to work together to get it done in 2018. And so in 76 days, we are going to shock the world when we take over the state of Georgia. And we're going to do it by using something magical that I like to call math. Because you see, there are more of us than there are of them. There are more of us who want our children to have a good education regardless of zip code. There are more of us who believe that everyone should get that chance to have a good job, regardless of whether you have a physical disability, intellectual developmental issues, or simply you need a job because you live in Georgia and you want to work. We have to have a governor and leadership that believes that everyone should be able to work a full-time job and make a full living without having to have two or three extra jobs. And you may have heard something about the fact that I've had a little bit of debt in my life. But I talk about it proudly because I know what it's like to struggle in Georgia. But I also know what it's like to succeed in Georgia, and I plan to make sure more Georgians succeed than struggle when we get this leadership, when we take back our state. We are going to transform how we live our lives in Georgia. But we're going to do it working arm in arm with the labor movement, the movement that created the middle class in America, and the movement that will recreate the middle class in Georgia. Because we can't be the #1 state to do business and number 22 out of 25 for small businesses. We can't have a 3.9% unemployment rate and an 18.4% poverty rate in the same state. We can't claim that we love our children. We are 45th in educating them. That is not real leadership. But working together, knocking doors, making phone calls, sending texts, raising money and spending it on the right things at the right time in the right places. We are going to knock, we are going to march, and we are going to make our way to victory. And I'm here today to say thank you to the AFL-CIO and to every one of you for what you're going to do. Because on December 6th, let's get it done!
Woo! Stacey, Stacey, Stacey.
Okay, last thing, before you rush for the door or that other piece of whatever we're serving, I'm not sure what we're serving. Two things. I want to introduce somebody.